Now in the meantime, our veg has been sweating. That's plenty done for that, okay? So what we're going to do now is add 1 litre of water to this. Always put in cold water when you're using stock, when you're making stock. Again, if you put in warm water, it's going to make it cloudy. So cold water goes into that. Just give it a wee stir around. And we're putting this onto a high heat now, uncovered. So we're going to let that bring to the boil, and then you want to bring it down to a simmer for another 5 minutes, and that's it. Strain it, ready to use straight away. Okay. So I want to talk now a wee bit about beef. Now, if you're using beef, the best thing to do is to go to your butcher, okay, your local butcher, and ask him for some beef bones, okay? He'll be more than happy to get rid of the beef bones, and you're more than happy to get them. So you want bones with the marrow in the middle. Okay, so what I've done is I have them roasting here in a tray, along with some carrots and some onions. Now, you can see those. Okay, now I have them in there about an hour. And what we do then is stop the spoon. We just transfer them into our stock pot. Okay. Now you don't want too much of the oils that have come off to get into this. So just and I put them in for 45 minutes first of all into the oven, and then I added the carrots and onion for the last 15 minutes. So again, you want to use a slotted spoon to transfer them in. Now we want to get rid of the oils and the fats that have come off this. So just put it into a wee bowl or a pot. As you can see, there's quite a bit. You definitely don't want that going into your stock. Okay. Now, we have the wee crusty bits now left in the bottom of the tin. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to deglaze the pan a little. So we get a bottle of wine, white wine, and you want to pour a wee drop in there. Now we can put this onto a high heat. Now just bring that up to temperature. We can deglaze that, okay? And what we're going to do then is pour all that in. There's going to be loads of flavour in those wee crusty bits that are left in the bottom of the pan, okay? Now what we want to do then is pour that in. Pour in about a litre of water to start onto the hob, bring it to the boil, okay? Then you want to simmer it for 10 minutes, okay? Then you want to add the rest of your veg in. So if you're putting in your carrot, your onion, your celery, put the rest of the veg in and top it up then with cold water again to just about 2 or 3 inches above the level, okay? And we're going to let that simmer. Now you want to let the beef, you want to let that simmer for 3 to 4 hours, preferably on to the 3.5, 4 hours, okay? And the same thing, skimming off the top as you go, okay? Now let it cool at room temperature. Let's just start to bubble up there. Let it cool at room temperature and then pop it in the fridge overnight. And I'm going to show you what that will look like at the end, okay? So just deglaze the pan here. Now ideally you want to reduce this down to maybe a half of what you had put in. But for argument's sake, I'm just going to put this in now, it'll be okay. so all the little bits scraped off. You want to get all those wee bits in. Now, as I say, pour in a litre of water. Now, obviously, normally you wouldn't have 3 stocks on the go at one time, but I just want to show you how it's done. 1 litre of water, and I'll pop that on, and I'll bring that to the boil. Now our veg is just coming to the boil here, so we'll turn that down to a simmer. And yeah, what I want to show you now is what the beef stock looks like after being in the fridge at night. Okay, now sorry, you're not going to be able to really see that, but there is a crust that's formed on it, a fat crust. Okay, so you want to take that off and discard it totally. So we spoon there with holes in it. As you can see, that's the kind of skin that will form on it. Okay, so you want to take that off. And then what you can do with this is, if you want it a wee bit more deep in flavour, is you can pop it back onto the heat. Okay, it's called cooking a stock twice. You put it back onto the heat and reduce it down to 2/3 of what it is. Then you can let it go to room temperature again, and that's when you can freeze it. Scrape out all the fat. Again, as I say, we can pop that on, bring it to the boil for 20 minutes, and it'll reduce it down. Now I'll just show you what our stock will end up now. It's been simmering. We'll just get a sieve here. Just put it into our jug so we can see it. That, folks, is our emergency stock when needed. Okay, you can use that then, measure out whatever 500 mils, whatever the recipe requires, and that's as good a stock as you're going to get, especially in such quick time. Okay, so thanks for listening, and hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please feel free to go onto the blog and ask, and there'll be another video recipe going up very shortly. Thank you.